If you are a young woman and your libido is gone, stay with me. Please don't click away. Because if someone had told me what I'm about to share with you, my life would have changed years earlier. And by the end of this video, you will understand why this is happening to you, and how everything can change. Let me start with my story. I was in my 20s. I was young. I was healthy. I ate well. I exercised. My blood tests were normal. And yet, something was wrong. I didn't want sex. I didn't crave intimacy. I didn't feel desire. And the worst part? I felt broken. I remember lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, asking myself, what is wrong with me? I felt ashamed. I felt confused. I felt like a failure as a woman. Everyone around me talked about passion, attraction, excitement, but I felt nothing. People told me, you're just stressed. Others said, you're too young for this. Some even laughed and said, just wait, it'll come back. But it didn't. I tried to force myself. I tried to be normal. I tried to act interested when I wasn't. And every time I did that, I felt even more disconnected from my body. I went to doctors. They checked my hormones. They said everything was normal. Normal. That word haunted me. Because nothing felt normal inside me. I felt numb. I felt tired. I felt emotionally flat. I felt like my body had shut something down, and I didn't know why. And here's the painful truth I need you to hear right now: low libido in young women is far more common than anyone talks about. And it has almost nothing to do with being broken. But I didn't know that then. I blamed myself. I thought maybe I wasn't attracted enough. Maybe I wasn't trying hard enough. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I felt guilty for disappointing my partner. I felt embarrassed to talk about it. I felt alone. And if you are watching this right now, and your heart feels tight because this sounds like you, please know this: you are not alone. You are not weird. You are not broken. What changed my life was not a pill. It was not a supplement. It was not trying harder. It was understanding the truth. And once I understood it, everything shifted. Let me tell you what no one explained to me back then. Low libido in young women is really about sex. It is about safety. It is about energy. It is about overload. My body wasn't rejecting intimacy. My body was protecting me. I lived in constant stress. Not dramatic stress, quiet stress. The kind that builds slowly. Always being busy. Always being on. Always thinking. Always worrying. Always pushing. My nervous system never rested. And desire cannot live in a body that never feels safe enough to relax. This is something doctors rarely explain. They look at hormones. But libido is not just hormones. Libido lives in the nervous system. When your body feels overwhelmed, desire shuts down first. Why? Because desire is optional. Survival is not. My body was in survival mode. I didn't even realize it. I was always tired, but I kept going. Always anxious, but I called it normal. Always disconnected from my body, but I thought that's just adulthood. But my libido knew the truth before my mind did. It disappeared because my body needed rest, safety, and care, not pressure. And here's the part that made me cry when I finally understood it: my body was not failing me. It was protecting me. That realization alone lifted years of shame off my chest. And if you're watching this, I want you to pause for a second and hear this slowly. Low libido in young women is often a sign of a body that has been carrying too much for too long. Not a body that is broken. Once I stopped forcing myself to feel desire, and started listening to my body, things changed. Not overnight. Not magically. But gently. The first thing that came back was not libido. It was energy. Then emotional presence. Then curiosity. And one day, without forcing it, desire returned. Quietly. Naturally. Honestly. And I remember thinking, why did no one tell me this before? This is why I'm sharing this now. Because if you're young and your libido is low, the worst thing you can do is panic. Panic makes it worse. Shame makes it worse. Forcing makes it worse. Understanding makes it better. In the next part of this video, I'm going to explain Why stress kills libido in young women, how emotional pressure affects desire, why normal hormone tests don't tell the full story, the early signs your body is healing, and what actually helps libido come back naturally. Please stay with me, because what you're feeling right now is not the end of your story. Right pointing finger emoji. Click the link below to visit our website for more information and helpful resources. After I finally stopped blaming myself, I started asking a different question. Instead of asking, what is wrong with me? I asked, what has my body been going through? That question changed everything. I realized something important. I had been living in a world that constantly demanded more from me. More energy. More productivity. More emotional strength. More patience. More perfection. And I gave it. I gave and gave and gave. Until there was nothing left for desire. This is something no one warns young women about. We are taught how to perform. We are not taught how to rest. We are taught how to push. We are not taught how to feel safe. And libido needs safety. When I looked honestly at my life, I saw the truth. I was always tired. Even on days I slept. I was always thinking. Even when I tried to relax. I was always worried about doing enough, being enough, holding everything together. My body never had a chance to breathe. So of course desire disappeared. Desire is not loud. Desire is not aggressive. Desire is gentle. And gentle things disappear first when life becomes too heavy. Another thing I learned is this: emotional pressure kills libido faster than anything else. I carried emotional weight I never talked about. I wanted to please everyone. I hated disappointing people. I felt responsible for other people's feelings. I smiled when I was exhausted. I said I'm fine when I wasn't. I ignored my body's signals because I didn't want to seem weak. But my body remembered everything I ignored. Low libido was not random. It was communication. My body was saying, I need you to slow down. But I didn't understand the language yet. Doctors didn't help much. They looked at numbers, not my life. They asked about symptoms, not my stress. They tested hormones, not my nervous system. And when everything looked normal, the conversation ended. That made me feel even more alone. But here's what I later learned, and this is important if your tests are normal too: hormone tests show levels. They don't show how your body is using them. You can have normal estrogen and still feel disconnected. You can have normal testosterone and still feel no desire. Because stress blocks the signal. When stress hormones are high, your body chooses survival over pleasure every time. It doesn't matter how young you are. I wish someone had explained this to me sooner. Another thing no one told me is how much sleep matters. I thought sleeping 6 hours was fine. I thought being tired was just part of being young and busy. But my body was never fully restoring itself. Sleep is when desire is rebuilt. When sleep is shallow, broken, or too short, libido fades quietly. And because I was young, no one suspected sleep could be the problem. But it was. Then there was food. I wasn't starving myself, but I wasn't fueling myself either. I skipped meals. I ate quickly. I avoided certain foods because I thought I should. My body felt uncertain. And when your body feels uncertain about fuel, it doesn't invest in desire. Desire is energy expensive. Your body needs to feel supported before it offers pleasure. One of the biggest turning points for me was realizing this: my body was not against me. It was asking for care. When I stopped forcing myself to feel desire and started focusing on feeling safe, things slowly changed. I rested more. I slept better. I reduced stimulation at night. I moved my body gently instead of punishing it. I stopped shaming myself. And slowly, my body softened. The tension I didn't even know I was holding began to release. And then something surprising happened. I started feeling emotions again. Not just stress, joy. Not just pressure, curiosity. Not just numbness, connection. Desire didn't come back as a demand. It came back as an invitation. And I remember the exact moment I realized things were changing. I felt present in my body again. That's when I knew. Low libido was never the enemy. Disconnection was. If you are watching this right now and thinking, this feels like my life, I want you to hear this: you do not need to force desire. You need to support your body. In the final part of this video, I'm going to share the early signs your libido is starting to heal, what not to do. This is very important. Why comparison makes everything worse and hard to move forward without pressure or fear. Please stay with me to the end. Right pointing finger emoji. Click the link below to visit our website for more information and helpful resources. One of the biggest mistakes I made at the beginning was watching other people and comparing myself to them. I compared myself to my friends. I compared myself to what I saw online. I compared myself to who I thought I should be at my age. And every comparison made things worse. Comparison creates pressure. Pressure creates tension. And tension kills desire. I had to learn that my body had its own timeline. My healing had its own rhythm. And my journey did not need to look like anyone else's. Another mistake I made was trying to fix myself too fast. I wanted quick answers. Quick results. Quick desire. But my body needed patience. Healing didn't start with sex. Healing started with safety. The first real sign my libido was healing was not sexual at all. It was calm. I felt calmer in my body. I felt less rushed. I felt less tense. Then I started sleeping deeper. Then I noticed I was laughing more easily. Then I felt moments of curiosity again. These were signs my nervous system was coming back to life. And only after that did desire slowly return. This is something I want you to remember. If you don't feel desire right now, it doesn't mean you never will. It means your body is still protecting you. Another thing I had to learn was what not to do. I had to stop forcing intimacy. I had to stop pretending. I had to stop ignoring my body's signals. Forcing made me disconnect more. I also had to stop believing that something was wrong with me just because doctors couldn't explain it. Medicine is good. Doctors help. But not everything about the human body fits into a test result. Libido is deeply connected to how safe you feel in your life. Emotionally. Mentally. Physically. Once I understood that, I stopped feeling ashamed. And shame is one of the biggest libido killers. If you take anything from this video, please take this: low libido in young women is not a failure. It is feedback. Your body is communicating. And when you listen instead of panic, healing begins. I want to speak directly to you now. If you are young and your libido is low, please don't give up on yourself. You are not broken. You are not defective. You are not alone. You live in a world that asks too much and rests too little. Your body is doing its best. Desire returns when safety returns. Connection returns when pressure leaves. Pleasure returns when your body feels supported. And it can return for you. I am living proof of that. I never thought I would feel normal again. But I do. Not because I forced it, but because I understood it. And you can too. If you want to learn more, if you want guidance, if you want simple, honest resources to help you understand your body and support your health, right pointing finger emoji, click the link below to visit our website for more information and helpful resources. If this video made you feel seen, please like it so more women can find it. If this story felt like yours, comment below, you are not alone here. And subscribe to this channel, because we talk about health, libido, and the body in a way that is honest, gentle, and real. Thank you for staying until the end. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to your body. Your desire is not gone. It's waiting for you to feel safe again.